Hello everyone, it's Victor here once again and welcome to Victor's Tiny Kitchen where we cook Filipino favorites and more. And for today guys, join me as I cook this big chunk here of pork picnic butt portion and we're gonna cook it a la crispy pata. And you know guys, the reason why I'm using this pork picnic butt portion here instead of the leg portion of pork is because I've been looking around here in the area and I couldn't find any at all. So this one will do. And this chunk of meat here has bone in itself and it has a skin on. So it's still perfect for a crispy pata kind of cooking. And we will turn this skin here into a crackling one. So let's get started. So the first step is to boil our water here in this saucepan. And it's starting to heat up right now. And while we're waiting for this to boil, we'll go prepare our meat. Now to make sure that my meat doesn't fall apart when I tenderize it is to tie it up with a tie here. So this is done, and once our water is boiling here, we're going to drop it into the pan. So what we're going to do here is to add in our spices into the saucepan. So the whole peppercorn goes in. Next will be our dried thyme here. And then the bay leaves. And then we're going to add in our lemongrass here. Just to make sure that you crush it a bit before you dip it in. And then I want my onion to be part of it as well. Sorry for that noise, I'm just crushing my garlic here. So my garlic goes in. And then now that the water is starting to boil here, I'm gonna add in this big chunk of pork. And then I'm gonna add in a little bit of paprika. Yeah, I want my paprika here to give some color into my meat. And then to this I'm gonna add in Worcestershire sauce. Just about 2 tablespoons. And then I'm going to put salt. That's it. And then we'll cover it to boil and let it simmer for an hour and a half. And that's about enough time for us to tenderize our pork here. Hi guys, we're back here and it's been 2 hours since we let this simmer here to tenderize our pork. I know I mentioned that it's going to take only an hour and a half. But this one here is a big chunk of pork. It's 1.7 kilograms. It's a huge chunk of pork and it takes time for it to tenderize. So I extended the time for another 30 minutes and now we'll check it if it's already tender. We're going to use a fork here to check it. And luckily this one is pork tender now. So what we're going to do right now is to turn off our cooktop here. And then we'll take off our meat from the saucepan and transfer it over here in this plate. And what we're going to do with this one is to let it cool down to room temperature. And then after that, we're going to stick it to the freezer, let it freeze there for an hour. So we want it to be really cold when we deep fry it. And that's what we're going to do right now. And you know what you can do with the broth here, guys, is you can definitely keep it and use it in your next cooking. Because this is a good broth, you don't want to waste it. So that's what I'm going to do as well. Hi guys, we're back here. Now before I would stick this into the freezer, this pork here, I would remove the string first. Just cut it off with a pair of scissors here. And what I'm going to do here is to create, using my sharp knife here, I'll just create some cuts here on the skin part just to make sure that later on when we would sprinkle our salt and pepper, they would penetrate into the meat part. I think that's good. So we'll just wait for this one to cool down to room temperature and we'll stick it in the freezer. Hi guys, we're back here and it's been an hour since we popped our pork in the freezer. And it's time for us to take it out. But before we do that, let's get ready with our deep fryer here. So I'm going to be using this one here, and I'm going to be using 3.5 liter here of oil to fry up our pork. And the next thing is we're going to take out our pork from the fridge. So just to let you know guys, 1 hour is not enough to freeze your pork. But it's okay because it's totally cold right now. What I'm going to do right now is to first baste it with olive oil. I'm just going to spread the oil all over it using my brush here. The reason why I baste my pork here with olive oil is for my salt and the Spanish paprika and the pepper to stick to it. So now it's time for me to salt it. Just spread your salt all over, including the cuts here that I have made. And now the Spanish paprika. And then now it's time for me to grind some pepper on it. That's good. My oil here is almost nice and hot. Once the indicator light turns off, then it's ready. So guys, the indicator light here just turned off, so that means we're ready to slide off this pork here into our pan. This is a big chunk of pork here, and that means we're going to flip it over later on. Now that the splattering has quieted down a bit, we're going to turn over our pork. And what we're going to do is we will raise up our basket here, and then we will let the basket hang. And then it's easier that way to flip this over. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put back the cover first, like this. And then I'm going to lower down the basket. So it's safer that way as well. We'll be right back. The splattering has quieted down on this side here. That means that it's now cooked. We will let this cool down for a bit, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to double fry the skin part so that we will have that crackling, super crackling goodness. Hi guys, we're back here and our pork crispy butt is now cooked. And it's right in front of me and it's ready for me to taste it. As you've seen in this video, we cook this the way that we cook our crispy pata. And we've achieved that kind of goal that we had. And of course guys, you can always eat this with your steamed rice. I have my steamed rice over here. Or you can eat it with your salad as well. I have my salad here. I also have my dipping sauce here. The normal typical Filipino way of making a dipping sauce. And I'm ready to taste this crackling pork skin right now. Yummy. I'm gonna finish this whole piece. This is really so good and I hope you guys will give it a try. And for more cooking videos and cooking recipes, please don't forget to check out my website at www.victorstinyKitchen.com. And in case you haven't yet, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel by clicking this button here, as well as watch my other videos. And again, thank you for watching today, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye for now.